Hey everyone, Corrie Thorne here, the founder and creator of More Than Existing. I am a modern day mystic, a psychic medium, and everything in between, a published author. And my work is about helping to empower, inspire others to be able to know that there is a beautiful essence within ourselves, and that beautiful essence is for us to discover. The biggest thing I always say is the best thing you can ever do is break up with you. So and relearn and really truly relearn. So one of the things that we're doing today, what I'm doing today is I am actually recording all of the predictions for each and every month. If you have missed my yearly prediction for the big whole year in the general, well, there is two parts. And so if you go onto the YouTube channel and you can catch the two parts of the yearly predictions for 2023. So I will be doing each and every sign. And thank you for being with me and for always supporting me. Also, please remember, these do not replace any medical, psychological advice or anything else that you have been given. They are to be taken as entertainment. I am not working with anybody on an individual level, session right now. So these recordings are for you and for you to be able to just allow yourself to check back in over the year and to just see what happens. And remember, it's general, so it doesn't resonate with everyone. It may not connect with you at all. And if it doesn't, feel free to check your other signs. I'm not an astrologer. I read energy. I work with energy. So this is about the energy that is happening and existing throughout each and every sign. So thank you so much. And I look forward to sharing these with you. Hi, and welcome, Capricorn energy. This is your yearly prediction for 2023. I was unsure if I was doing these this year, but they are coming through. So I am recording them and I hope they resonate. And if you want to purchase a personal, like your own personal 2023 forecast reading, then go to my website in the link below and you can go directly to shop and you'll see the forecast readings right there. Click on it and you can purchase your 2023 forecast reading. Now, remember, they do take up to, I think it gives you up to 2 weeks before you may receive it, but you only have till January the 15th to order them. After January the 15th, it will be taken down for another year and you will not see it come back until another year. So I only do so many a year. My number is usually no more than about 15 or 20 of them. And so this year I am pretty much at the max, but I am opening up for a few more. So if you would like to receive yours, then send me a message or send me a message. Don't message me. I don't answer those messages. You just go onto my website and go to shop. And if you go to shop, you'll find the 2023 forecast reading. So Capricorn. I wanted to really truly start with a sense of, I had this sense of like wanting to bring in like messages about the dark energy. And I had a lot of this dark energy conversation. Hold on. And we still have a lot of Capricorn energy around right now. We're in a lot of Capricorn energy. And so the dark forces is what I was getting. And so the dark forces and what the energy of the dark forces is telling me is not that you're dark. It's not that you're dark. It's the essence of that sense of, kind of wanting to stay in the comfort zone. I feel like for some of my Capricorns, it's like you're wanting to stay in the comfort zone of where you have been stuck, because what it takes right now is extra work. And you're just like, I don't know if I have the extra work to put in. I don't know if I can do the extra work. I don't know if I have it available. And you're being told you do have the extra energy to do the extra work right now. Now, a lot of the things that you want to see change, or the changes that you want to see happening in your life coming into 2023, you're not going to really see the full effects of it until spring. But in the meantime, you are going to be building the momentum to make the changes to the things that you need to prepare for. And so you got to start planning and prepping for the next stage. So some of you may be retiring, some of you may be moving, some of you may be, waiting for some big event that is supposed to be taking place in your life. And I feel like by spring, you're going to have like really truly be in that sense of getting a message, getting a call, getting a date for something that's supposed to be happening, or you're just absolutely making that choice and decision. And you're just like, I'm doing this. It's being done now. This is what's happening. and this is what I want to do. And so what we're being told is that, there is some new goals. So I did pull out a card to start this with, and I started with the 3 of spring. And so that's how I kind of know this is like, when mind, body, soul comes together. So you have to do the mind, body, soul work right now. And so coming into alignment, you have to put all of the things in place in order for your miracles to happen, in order for your changes to come, in order for the things that you would love to see happen in your life. It is your job to do this right now. And this is I've been with these for a while now. This is the fairy tarot. And I pulled out my other tarot, and I had to walk over and get these again. And I just put them back on the shelf, and I had to come get them again. So there is some real Middle Earth magic that's really working for us right now and working on our behalf. And we're also being told to work with the Middle Earth magic. To me, so the Middle Earth magic is that of the middle realm, that of the underworld of fairies and mystical and magical and druids and pixies and dragons and all things magical. And that may sound totally crazy to some of you, and it used to be crazy to me until I heard the guided message that I was going to create mystical realm courses. And I'm like, this is crazy. I am not. And before I knew it, I have like 6 mystical realm courses that all have 4 1-hour or 90-minute classes in them, and they're all in the school. And so, magical things can happen. You never know what's going to take place, but I hear like there's like magical things. So what you're being told, Capricorn, is that you're probably being through, the astrology and things that's been happening. It's like there's a lot of Capricorn energy. It is go energy. Capricorns are leaders. Capricorns, Aries, they are the ram. They're leaders. They break through. They're here for breakthroughs. Well, in order for breakthroughs to happen, in order to be strong enough to charge forward, you got to feed and fuel up first, right? And so I feel like there's a lot of feeding and fueling up on what's the most valuable things to you right now. What's going to matter to you in this coming year? It is very important for you to know what's really important to you in this coming year. Because if you do a freaking repeat, you're going backwards, and you're going right back to 2020. No, you're going way back to like 1989. I'm like, you're going back to 1989. Whatever hell happened in 1989, I don't know who that is. It's like a personal message. Whatever happened in 2000 in 1989, I feel like some of you might find yourself back in 1989. So whatever that energy was, whatever that might be a good thing, might not even be a bad thing, but it just feels like something of that time and that period of time. And I feel like it's like time to grow beyond there now, time to let go, or time to, it's like wearing your clothes from 1980, or afraid of change in your clothes. And you're like, oh, I don't want to be, I don't want to stand out. Well, I hate to have to tell you, you actually probably stand out more for not letting yourself evolve than you do by, it's more obvious that we're stuck. It's more obvious. So when we wear our stuck energy on the outside, and it's not just on the inside, it means it become a part of our identity. So where we got stuck, whether it was our worst time or our favorite time, whether it was like a good time in our lives or a bad time, and we never moved past the good time, and we got stuck in that era, we got stuck in that time, whatever that may be, and you may not have even been born. This might be a past life thing for some of you. So this is not for everyone. This feels very kind of specific to me about something that would have stunted, changed, affected your life. And so, I'm talking 1989, but I'm also talking about, 2000, like way back, only as far back as 2000, in the year 2020, right? So in 2020, when you got stuck there, and, almost like waiting for the worst to happen again, waiting for things to be on repeat, waiting for things to happen. And it's like, you have to start evolving beyond there, because it's like, you didn't even leave the house, so you didn't buy clothes. So you haven't bought clothes since 2020 because we weren't going nowhere. But what if we get locked down again? I don't buy again. So there's a lot of what if, but there's also a lot of trapped energy. So whether it was a good experience or a bad experience, either which way, there is trapped energy that it's now time to open the trap doors to release. Now, your year could be any other year. It doesn't have to be those years. These are the years they're just telling me to kind of give that sense of realization to how we can truly allow ourselves to create identities and belief systems and new truths around this trapped energy, and that held us in a story, in a narrative that creates that sense of self. So for Capricorn, that's for the Capricorn energy, that's so coming up. But spring is when your real changes. That's when it feels like it's like, start preparing. It is time to start setting new goals. Please don't do, I just got this. Please don't do the self-sabotage, the set yourself up for failure of a New Year's resolution. Because I feel like for Capricorn, the same thing as Aries, is if you put all of your momentum in the go right now and you're just like, bah, I'm going, and you do the takeoff, you are going to run out of steam by the time the spring comes. And you're going to be right back reset. You'll be out of steam by February. You will not even be able to make it probably till February, because you will fail on yourself, because some of you have a tendency to lead you down the path of self-sabotage. And that is unhealed energy. That's the unhealed within. So for you and for those who have that energy, is to really truly start taking the journey into rising into the heart and above. So a lot of you are very much empaths, empathetic, like empath, but not really understanding empath and empathetic, like that supersonic empathetic towards the whole world's energy. And it's like you just can't leave the outside world alone to really truly decide if you're going to be happy or you're going to have a good life. It's like if the sky is, if someone yells out the sky is falling, you're guaranteed your life is, you're already telling yourself this is going to happen, this is happening, this is going to be. And I'm like, whoever you are, you need to stop that and start to be able to rise above that of a sense of the healing, that heart story, and also an exposure of, or the corners of the carpets are rolling. And I just feel like it's like things are coming out from underneath the rug, and the things that set you free, whatever it is that is needed that sets you free. I feel like this may be the year of where you release those secrets. You tell the truth. You be on, and you don't have to tell the truth to the whole world. I mean, you tell the truth to yourself. You be honest with yourself, and you be really, truly, sincerely honest with yourself. Have compassion. Learn that sense of empathy for you. So it's, if you're an empath and you're feeling the world, but in the meantime, it's okay to destroy you, figure that out. This is the year to figure that out. I got some great programs for that, but it's the year to figure that out. It's the year to get to that point of knowing that for yourself. Now, I also have for Capricorn, I have some people who have a lot of joint issues happening, and it feels like inflammation. So I have inflammation. I have joint. I have that sense of, almost like the arthritis is in like overdrive this year. And that is a lot of angers and a lot of trapped angers and frustrations, guilt, those, it's like secondhand smoke. That's what it's like. I just feel like your body is just like, you're getting the worst of the secondhand smoke, right? It's like the person smoking is the one that, is the one that makes the choice to choose. Now, if you're sitting in the back seat or next to that person that's smoking and you're in the car and you're complaining that somebody is smoking, I don't know who grew up like this, but I just got a whole vision, or had an ex or something, and you're like, and the person's like smoking and you're sitting there and the person makes a choice. They choose. It is their choice. And that's the whole beautiful thing about life. We get to choose. It's our choice. And so, but now here you are sitting next to them. And if you were an adult or you're old enough to be able to get out the car, but instead of getting out, you sat there and you complained and you said, you need to quit. You can't smoke in the vehicle, but you do nothing about it but complain. And in the meantime, you're sucking in all of that secondhand smoke. Now, I want you to think energy. So change secondhand smoke to energy, right? So if you got somebody always that makes the choice to choose to be miserable, to be, unhappy, and you're always staying in it, you're always next to it. So this may be you, this may be your shadows, and you're staying, your true self got to stay with it because you won't make the choice to give it up, whatever that is. And so that energy is just saying, you know what, it's like, but you make a choice to stay there. You make a choice to stay. Everything that you're doing here, it's like the secondhand smoke story. What you choose, like here's the cigarette smoker, right? I got the window down, so it's not so bad. In the meantime, everybody in the vehicle is being smoked out. Meantime, everybody's right. But if you can open a door and get out, and if you're an adult, you make a choice to stay there. You choose that choice because you don't want the backlash, and you don't want the outcome of the possibility that they're going to choose the smoking over you. Right. So if you're holding on to a lot of narratives and a lot of stories and a lot of things within you, and you don't say nothing, even though you're bitching and even though you're complaining, and it shows up as attitude, or you're sad or you're unhappy. Well, if you have to be willing to really take on the sense that it comes at a cost to be good to ourselves, to be kind to ourselves, to know that I'm not going to stay in the secondhand smoke. If I have a choice to choose, I am getting out the secondhand smoke. So it's the same thing with your energy. So letting your soul be free from your shadow is the same thing. So I love to put it in these narratives. I see everything this way, and that's the way they showed me. But I'm like, as a little child, you didn't get an opportunity. But so if you have these inner child, these, unhealed inner child, the shadow work that needs to be done, then you constantly, the you that you're here to get to know, keeps staying in the old energy. The child couldn't get out of it. If it was in the family, it was wherever, it was hard to escape that. They were making choices to choose to either cover their ears, cover their eyes, go hide in the bush, go hide in the bedroom, put their earbuds in, whatever it may be. So they were doing what they could, or you were doing what you could. But as a grown adult, we have the choice to choose. We don't choose what we need to choose because we fear the outcome. And if we're always waiting to know what the outcome is before we make the choice, you're never going to make the choice. And this is the year for you to really strongly look at that and really be honest with yourself about the why you do what you do. Because it is a choice. And what do we fear the most? And what we fear the most is the not getting the outcome of what we want, not having the outcome of what we think we want in life. But what if, even if we don't get that one, there's something better? And people often will not choose you. And I learned this year. I learned this a while ago myself. And it was like, if people really truly are willing to hold on to the secret that is destroying everything, they love the secret more than they love you. And that's a truth. So if it's you to yourself, so if it's you in relationship to yourself, if you're unwilling to release the hurts, to the secrets that you keep inside of yourself, the things that you block, the things you keep in, and it's destroying you, it's hurting your body, you got inflammation, all these things. If you don't write it out and get it out, if you don't release it somehow, well, it's damaging, right? It has that damaging effect. And so you're being told that this year, this is the year to really, truly look at this. And just, you love the secret more than you love yourself. Well, I don't like to hurt myself, or I don't like to feel this pain. I don't like to feel. Well, the longer you keep holding on to it, the more you're going to feel it. And it's not that it cures any of this stuff, but the nervous system and the triggered response to always being stimulated by fear, by the insecurities, by those emotions, is the nervous system can't distinguish between the ow here and the ow here and the ow here. The nervous system doesn't have that kind of ability to say, oh, that's a past, or, oh, that's not really true. Oh, calm down now, calm down. You're okay, you're safe. No, that has to be the grown you. And that has to be the you that makes a choice to move the ego aside, step aside and say, I'm going to start healing and pushing this through into my own agenda to make a choice to do this stuff so that I can feel what's really going on in my body, and I can deal with this the way that I need to. and I'm not putting extra pressure upon myself, because the pressure of stress is detrimental to us. So it's a year to really release the stress, to set yourself free. You've got a good opportunity to do this now it depends on where you're within your Chinese astrology as well. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I also really follow my Chinese as well as I follow my Western. I look at all aspects of things. I don't just go by one thing ever. It's like all things are tools, and all things help us to be able to know a little bit more about ourselves, or to be able to see the things about ourselves that we get called out on. Like your natal chart will call you out on a lot of things, your human design. And so if you have never done your human design or your birth natal chart, do them. If you know your time of birth, so important, because it tells you your good, bad, and your ugly of parts of what we are, how we arrived. And so this is where you are in your energy. And that's what I have for a good portion of your year. So now I'm going to get back into spring, right? When the blossoms. So, when the cherry trees, when the things blossom. And for me, this always represents that of the guardians, right? So she's holding two coming down. It kind of looks like a parachute, but it's a tree. It's a blossoming tree, holding one in each hand. It's your guardians. So what you can't do, so it's like, oh, I can't do that. I don't know if I can face that. Who says you have to face it? You have to just give it. You have to call in, ask for help, ask for the guidance to come in. And I don't know who this is, but I just got this message for you for something about your kitchen and about having to replace a fridge. And I feel like it's like you and a partner probably even arguing over a fridge, over a Kenmore or something else. And I'm like, and I just heard, don't get a Kenmore. And I don't even know what that is. So I'm like, don't get a Kenmore, get us something else. So, and I mean, I don't know the difference. Nothing against Kenmores. I'm sure they're just as fine, but I don't know where that comes in. But I just get this sense of like having to replace appliances. And so many of you are like, why are these appliances all of a sudden giving out? I'm like, there's such a surge of energy is what it feels like to me, that it's like everything is being overcharged. Like, I mean, that's all of our society in dollar amounts, but I'm speaking energy. And I just feel like it's like, you're going to see yourself having to either replace or have difficulties with appliances this year. So appliances are coming up as well. And I feel like when you get through that midsummer, when you get to that mid-spring, when we're through the mid-spring, I feel like it's like you're going to be kind of really starting to feel proud of yourself, like that sense of accomplishment. And you're allowed to be proud, that sense of egotistical pride versus God complex versus being proud that that you can truly speak from your own sense of humility. You know what it's like to be down, you know what it's like to rise. And that feels like that's really coming up for you this year, is that it's okay to be proud of those things, be proud of the things that you've done well, be proud of the work, because I feel like you've put in a lot of work. And so there is beautiful things that are coming. You've got to be it's like, be patient, do the work that needs to be done in the beginning of the year. And I just keep getting like these pains in my chest. Like, I don't know, someone's like pain in my chest. So I don't know if that's someone you have on the other side that is a Capricorn energy that may have passed over with a heart attack, or like some sort of heart things, but it just feels like it may be coming in. And I just keep hearing, I told you so. I told you so. So I feel like it's a lot of like, if some of my Capricorns are those that are into like conspiracy theories and all of those things, then I feel like you may be getting some justice this year. You may have some justice. You may be seeing things unfold that you may be able to crow a little bit about, but please don't crow too much, because some of what you thought you knew is also going to be not true. So it's like, it's kind of a, it's a bit of a balance, but there is. Now, I feel like for finance wise for Capricorn, like I said, depending on everything else in your energy, depending on your personal choices, what you choose to do, I feel like it's going to be, we have a 10, so we have a major arcana. So there is a major, like it can be a major shift in energy for you financially. We have it's a wheel of fortune. And I just feel like it's like, and the card kind of came out on its side. It fell out of the deck, but it came on its side. And of course I read energy. So I'm just using the card as a, I'm not reading the whole deck to be able, like the whole story out in tarot. And so what I'm getting is I feel like your finances are going to be out of balance this year. So you may be up, you may be down, you may be kind of, but teetering more into just being wise, being safe, like being safe as we can, being wise and really truly knowing the time. And I call my Capricorns can be like consumer reports. Sometimes you overthink until you miss opportunities and you maybe overcheck, check. And it still doesn't guarantee anything. And that goes right back to that guarantee. You want to know what's happening before it happens. There is no real guarantee. Even if you get, the 5-star, because it's got the best results, you may get the lemon. And I just feel like for some of you, then you're gonna be like, oh, the consumer report says no, you just got the lemon, but you didn't trust your own instincts, trust your gut feeling. What do you want? What is most important to you? What do you feel like you want in your life? And allow that to be the thing that guides you the most through this year. Not having to research, not having to know ahead of time. You should just know that you know. And it's like, and that's what I get. And I feel like there's going to be doors of opportunities coming up here for you. And I'm like, don't turn down these doors of opportunity. So this may be a job, it may be a chance to move. Don't turn down the chance of change for yourself. Like if it's an opportunity to move, it's an opportunity to shift. I have the hangman, we have the 7 here, and it's 10, 12. We have the 12 here. And so 12 is like that 360. And it's like, if you hang on too long waiting for choices, I feel like you're like kind of up in the air several times. And I feel like this takes us to the middle year into September, October. I feel like it's like all of this that's balancing, all of that's kind of hanging as that in this energy of waiting in the spring. I feel like you got all of this time. And I feel like, don't hang on too long trying to make choices and decisions. You can't be afraid of trusting yourself to make your choices and your decisions. And the hangman is, it's just saying, 11 is mastering, right? 11 is mastering. When you look at the clock, the 12 is like tick tock, time is passing, time is waiting. I feel like there's crucial times for you to make choices and decisions. And it's go time. And I feel like it's going to be a go time in the fall, or summer, late summer, early fall. And I'm like, go time, do what you need to done, get it done. And just go and just do, because it is a completion. I feel like with it comes in this sense of completion. I feel like we're coming to an end of something. And I have the Ace of Cups, and it is in reverse. And so this is, we have the evil eye, we have the protection cycles. It's like it's coming to, I'm like, I feel like there's somewhere you may miss your boat. If you hang on for too long, waiting for the predictable outcome, or waiting to know. And I don't think you can wait too long to make those choices and decisions. You got to know that you are protected, you are safe, you're divinely guided. And when you trust your divine guidance, you will make your right choices and your right decisions. But you're not all the way there yet. You got to do the work that is coming up for you right now. The 7 of Swords, looking back, like you got all that you need, drop some, you're on your way through the doors, but you're going back to, so if you have something coming up, like an important date, an important something, and you're like, I can't leave anyone behind, or I can't do this, and you reject or put away, the things that you need for you, or you put yourself back on the back burner, you're going to be sent way back. And I'm like, and it's like Monopoly. It's like going to jail and you got to give the $200 to get out. That's the same thing. It's like, you're going to pass go and go directly to this. And I feel like it's like you're imprisoning yourself in your stories, and then it's going to take you longer to get out again. Now you will get another time. It will come around again. You're just going to have to wait another few months. And I'm like, do you want to wait another few months to have, in whatever, when you want something so bad? And it's like, don't let yourself get distracted. Don't let naysayers, don't let, those that doubt you just kind of pull you back. Those that are closest to us are sometimes the worst, because they're not the cheerleaders. They don't want us to move. They don't want us to go forward. And I feel like you're going to have to go forward this year. And we have the Ace of Summer, opening your heart to love. And so for Capricorn, I do have this lotus flower. I have this rising up. I just feel like there's happiness, there's joy, there's a chance for love. And if you've been saying, I'm never getting married, I feel like you may be lying to yourself. And I feel like you just found yourself love, and you're just denying yourself the opportunity to fully be in love or to fully step into some sort of marriage or something. And I feel like for some of my Capricorns, you're going to be choosing marriage. And so when we come into that summer, here's your new beginning, right? The end of summer, I feel like you got to be moving, shifting energy. Like it's a change in gears. And if you miss it, you miss this boat, it's going to take longer to come back around. So this is possible new relationship, a marriage, really coming together in a union. This is also with ourselves. Remember, relationship is also with us. And this is, this is being able to make peace with the past, make peace with where we have been, and to be able to free up, to clear the way, to walk the path of least resistance, walk the path of a new direction, to walk the journey of where you are meant to go, what is coming up for you. And see, we have the 10 of winter, because then we're coming back into winter here. And it's like, so we have the changes here, we have the winter. And I just feel like it's like, if you can get yourself through this year, with as light as you can, I feel like as you start to be able to then move forward into a new, so we got the winter. So if you can really truly let yourself move into your new beginnings, begin a new life, avoid the conflict and the old isms and the habits of going backwards, you're going to have to really resist it this year. If you want to be free, you have to resist allowing yourself to be in the secondhand smoke, the secondhand energy, the second thought. The first emotion is the first one. The second one is how you're going to respond. And that's how you then make your choices. If the first one is triggers that sense of, if it's fear, if it's shame, if it's anger, if it's frustration, what if the second one is guilt or shame? And then you guilty respond and you go backwards again. And so this takes us all the way through the winter. And then after next winter, coming in 2024, here's going to be your light. Here's going to be your spring. Everything that you really, truly want means that you have to put the work in this year, and the beginnings and the strides and everything that's coming is all being put into place, so that as you move forward, as you go into even the end of next year, everything is trying to place you through, walking through the doors, walking through new energy, making the changes, making the shift, changing your life, because beautiful things and new beginnings are happening. And, new beginnings may not fully blossom, but when the seed breaks through the ground and the bush starts to grow, it may be a bush that grows first, it may be a rose bush, and then maybe in 2024 is when the roses come. And the roses will come as they do, and they will bloom, and they will disappear, and they'll bloom, they'll disappear. They can't always be in that bright moment of blossom, and they can't stay there. So this is going to be about cycles. It's really truly allowing yourself to know everything is a cycle. Everything is temporary. I don't have to be so concerned. Don't have to be so worried about what is and what shouldn't be. And that's going to be your whole journey through 2023. Much love. And like I said, please subscribe to my channel. If you have not yet purchased your personal forecast reading, you can do that on my website. Go to shop on the website and you can purchase it there. The link is in the comments below. Also, please subscribe. The summit is coming up. So we have the online summit starting January the 6th. And if you're watching this the beginning of the year, if you're watching this or the end of December and into the beginning, this is January 6th, 2023 online summit. And it is only $29.95 for, or $29.95 for like 12 presenters. It's a whole weekend event. If you haven't purchased your tickets, get them now. Get in there. If you've been saying, oh, I need to do something for me, but I can't afford it, this you may be able to afford. This may work. There is 12 amazing, powerful speakers that are speaking with 14 conversations, because I speak a few times. And so there is a few talks that are happening that I like, that are may just catch your attention, or it may be all of them. But there's so much to be learned from everyone who is speaking, powerful speakers. So get your tickets to that. Much love. And I will see you in my next videos. Much love. Bye-bye.